What's going on, people? This is Mr. Pac with the TMP podcast, and here we go again, man. 50 is the talk of the day, the talk of the month. I think he's gonna be the talk of the year. You know, with Papoose going at him, Fabulous, Maino, Jim Jones, but Jim Jones, Maino, and them, they've been kind of quiet. You know, that not that I've heard. You know, I haven't heard anything from them. But the one that's been really like out there going at 50 is Papoose. And Papoose supposedly just dropped a diss track. I don't know if you guys seen it. Y'all could go on Instagram. I think maybe it will be on YouTube. And he's dissing 50. He's just saying a couple words. To me, it sounded like couple lines, you know, like, you know, wanksters, you know, in the studio, all that crazy stuff. You know, stuff that we haven't heard before. So a lot of people are saying that it's trash, you know, that the beat sounds good, but the flow, the way he's flowing is tiring. You know, just listening to it, you know, makes me want to go to sleep, you know, all that crazy stuff. You know how the internet is. And the way I heard it too, you know, I mean, yeah, it sounded, you know, kind of weird, you know, not that it's outdated, because he's saying, you know what, people are going to say this is outdated. That's how he starts his flow or something. He says people are going to say this is outdated, but this is real hip hop, you know, such, etc., etc. I get it, you know, the beat is kind of old school, but, you know, real hip hop fans will understand that, ooh, that's fucking hip hop. Like, you listen to it and, ooh, that's hip hop. Like, if you're really a hip hop fan, that's going to be your reaction. Like, that was my reaction when I first heard the beat. I was like, ooh, you know, like, but the way Pap flows on that beat is not him. We are used to hearing him, you know, like doing like the alphabet stuff or rapping backwards, but, you know, like switching up his flow. Not really like that. I think he's trying to like get on, like trying to say, you know what, I'm gonna get on 50's level because this is how you rap. But I mean, if you want to go at a person, don't fucking try to rap like him. You know, do what you do, and I think that'll be better. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But 50 responded. He's like, he responded to everybody, basically, to Jim Jones, Fabulous, Maino, and Pap, that he said, when you guys get a hit, I will respond. And a lot of people are saying, well, Fabulous had You Make Me Better. He had Breathe. He had I Can't Deny It featuring Nate Dogg, R.I.P. Nate Dogg. You know, Jim Jones, Ballin', we know that hit, you know, that he had. Maino, I really don't know any Maino hits. You know, my bad, sorry, don't kill me. Papoose, well, he had the Touch It remix when he came out with Busta Rhymes and Missy Elliott and all those. And I think one of the songs that I heard, I don't know if it was a hit, it was probably a hit in New York, but it's Back on My Bullshit. That did good numbers. I used to jam out that song a lot, and I still like it, you know. But nah, man, I mean, I think 50 is kind of right. Like, y'all want to get at me, y'all want me to respond, y'all need to get some hits. You know, basically saying, you know what, y'all want this smoke, y'all need to get some hits. And it's understandable because 50 and 50 said this because Pap said, when was your last hit? And a lot of people are fucking with Pap because they're saying, Pap, when was your first hit? You know, so it's just a back and forth between 50 and Pap, and then the internet, you know, the comments. And some of the comments, I mean, they do make a point. You know, they do have a point on Pap. Like, Pap, come on, you don't have hits like that to go against 50. Not that they're going to go into a versus, but that's what 50 responded. He said, you know what, when you guys get a hit, I'll respond, which basically saying that he's not going to respond because, I mean, they don't have a hit. You know, and I don't think they'll make a hit nowadays, especially nowadays, because it's a young man's game. Not saying that old people, OGs, can't rap, that the OGs can't make no more hits, but you know, OGs are not gonna go into that bag of repeating and mumbling and doing all that. You know, like I said, I'm not knocking anybody, but I'm just saying, you know, like realistically, Fab, it's not gonna go do that. Maino, them, like probably Jim Jones, because Jim Jones, you know, he wants to act young, you know, and there's nothing wrong with feeling young. There's nothing wrong with, you know, like, you know, still feeling like you got it, you know, nothing wrong with that. But you know, with everything they do, and sometimes the way he freaks out, you know, he just looks crazy to me. Like I said, this is just my opinion. But yeah, that's the update on 50 and Pap. You know, Pap dropped a diss track, you know, and 50 responded. You know, when you guys get a hit, I'll respond. Right now, basically, he's saying that he's just getting his money, and he is. So let's see where this keeps going, man. Like I said, as long as it stay hip hop media or podcast, whatever y'all want to call it, or music, it's entertainment, man. So appreciate everybody. I'm about to hit this gym, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, man, what y'all think on these beefs. Do y'all think they should stop? Do y'all think we should keep going? Let's go, man. Let's get it.